All right, let's talk about something we all want, but we don't always plan for: real peace of mind. Today, we're going to dig into why having a plan, having legal protection ready to go, isn't just a safety net. It's actually a powerful tool that helps you navigate all the crazy stuff life throws at you with confidence.
Man, this one really hits home, doesn't it? I mean, think about it. We'll spend weeks, sometimes months, planning a 2-week vacation. But the really big stuff, our businesses, our families, our entire futures, we just kind of leave them exposed. This quote just perfectly nails that weird blind spot we all seem to have.
And that brings us right to our first big idea here, what I like to call the illusion of control. We all feel like we've got a handle on things, right? That we're in the driver's seat. But what happens when the road you're on suddenly has a massive pothole you just didn't see coming?
Just imagine this for a second. You have been working on a business deal for months. Everything is looking great. And then, poof, out of nowhere, it's just gone. It happens that fast, and suddenly you're left scrambling, trying to figure out what just happened and what you can even do about it.
Or, maybe it's something that seems smaller. A single sentence in a contract that someone reads differently than you did. What starts as a simple misunderstanding can, and often does, spiral into a huge time-sucking problem that can cost you a ton of money.
And look, this isn't just about business. Life happens to all of us. An unexpected family crisis can pop up and demand all of your attention, all of your resources, usually at the exact moment you are least prepared to handle it.
And this, right here, this is the perfect way to think about it. Going through life without protection is exactly like driving without a seatbelt. You feel totally fine, you're just cruising along, right up until the moment of impact. And by then, it is way too late. Having that protection, well, that's your seatbelt. It might not stop the accident from happening, but it will absolutely change the outcome for the better.
So you really have to ask yourself this question. Is being in control about somehow preventing every single problem, which, let's be honest, is impossible? Or is real control about being so prepared for them that when they do happen, you're ready to respond instead of just react? So, okay, what does happen when we're caught off guard? What's the real price we pay? Well, it's steep. And honestly, the biggest cost isn't what you probably think it is. It goes way beyond just the financial hit.
If you look at this, you can see how it really breaks down. Yeah, of course, you lose money, and you lose a ton of time trying to clean up the mess. But look at that biggest slice of the pie. The one that really hurts, the one that sticks around. That's the loss of your peace of mind. It's the constant worry, the stress, the sleepless nights. That's the real cost.
And listen, if you're the one in charge of a family, this hits even harder. Your loved ones, they deserve more than just hope that everything will work out. They need a real plan. Without a will or a trust or even just having access to legal help in an emergency, you're basically gambling with their future.
And for all you entrepreneurs out there, I see you. You put everything on the line to build your dream. But all that courage, it turns into a really reckless gamble if you don't have a shield. Think about it. Contracts, partnerships, disputes. Any of these things can completely wreck your vision. Having affordable legal help isn't some luxury. It's a basic tool for your business.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem pretty clearly. But here's the good part, the empowering part. We can totally flip this whole thing around. See, this isn't about living in fear. It's about leading with strength. Let's look at how being prepared literally turns that worry into solid confidence.
This comparison says it all, right? The person who's just reacting, they're like a passenger in a car. They're just hoping the ride is smooth, and they completely freak out at the first sign of trouble. But the prepared leader, and that could be the leader of a family or a company, they're in the driver's seat. They don't just react to problems, they anticipate them because they already have a plan.
See, preparedness isn't just a tactic, it's a leadership trait. It's that ability to see what might be coming around the corner, to stay calm and make good decisions when everyone else is panicking, all because you already did the work and put your plan in place.
And you can actually feel the results. That nagging, low-level anxiety, it gets replaced by genuine confidence. When a problem does pop up, you don't have confusion, you have clarity. You're not running around wondering, what do I do? You know exactly who to call. You just pick up the phone, use your legal plan, and get it handled. You feel secure, and that security empowers everyone around you too.
Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. All this planning, doesn't it sound a little paranoid? Like you're just sitting around expecting the worst to happen? But that's a total misunderstanding of what this is really about. Let's look at it in a different way.
Think about it like this, okay? You lock your doors at night, not because you're convinced someone is going to break in tonight, but because it's a simple, wise thing to do. You click your seatbelt on in the car, not because you plan on getting into an accident, but because it's a sensible precaution. Well, protecting your family and your future with a legal plan, it's the exact same logic. It's just the next step. So let's just be crystal clear on this point. This is not about being driven by fear. It's about being driven by foresight. It's about making smart, proactive choices that build a more secure future, which frees you up to focus on what you actually want to do. Live your life and chase your dreams. And I really want to leave you with this powerful idea. Real strength, real control, it doesn't come from some magical ability to dodge all of life's challenges. It comes from having the wisdom and the tools to look them right in the eye and handle them when they show up. Now that is true power. So, the last question is for you. We all know life storms are going to come, right? That's not really up for debate. The only thing we can actually control is how prepared we are when they hit. So don't wait for the rain to start pouring down. The time to build your shelter is now. How are you going to build yours?